Hi guys, Alistair Taylor here at Heron's Reach. Today we're going to do a very quick what's in my bag at the start of 2015. So a lot of comments made about kind of what stuff I play. There is a manufacturer, Nike, look after me, but I get very strictly fitted to make sure it performs as good as it can. And for me, this performs as good as anything else on the market. I wouldn't be playing it just because I get looked after by somebody. So, driver, I have got the Vapor Flex driver. So, adjustable with 5 different loft options with 3 different club face positions. It's also got the Flex Flight, so I'm able to reduce the spin by moving the pod front to back. I mean, for me, I've always been somebody who tends to spin driver a little bit more. So it's been a nice change being able to get a driver that just really doesn't spin a lot. You know, and it's great. Probably hit this about as straight as I've ever hit a driver as well. And for this year, I've got in it the Diamond whiteboard. It's worked really great, feels great in the head. And I've actually gone extra stiff, which for some of you guys that have watched my videos, you might say I'm surprised at that with my swing speed, but again I've just felt that from a feeling perspective it feels very soft, just very little spin on the ball, and it's just really helped me hit a lot of fairways and get a good distance out there. And I am somebody who's good with driver, so I do hit driver off a lot of tees. I tend not to drop down to fairway wood, but yeah, this has been a great addition for me this year. Last year's Covert 2.0 Tour was very good for me, really good. Just found I get a little bit more out of the Vapor Flex. So once we put driver back in the bag, the only fairway wood I carry is again Vapor Flex. Actually the 3 wood head, but I'm not spectacular with 3 wood off the floor by any means. So I've actually moved this to 17 degree, so more like a 4 wood for loft. And for me, I can see a little bit more of the club face, which is good. It feels like I can afford just to hit down on it a touch and get that shot I'm after. Again, you know, it looks good. I've got the Diamond whiteboard again in here, but just stiff in my fairway wood. But I like the way it looks. Again, I hit it very solid off the floor. If I'm honest, I don't really use fairway wood loads. I'm not saying I'm the longest hitter in the world by any means, but certainly where I tend to play, don't have to hit too many 3 woods into greens. And the only time I'm really hitting this off the tee is if driver's going to go too far. But I have got another club for this year that I'll probably use a bit off the tee. So yeah, it looks good, just neutral with the face position. I can open it or close it if I wanted to. And not really got hold of that at all, and it's still down there, it's in play. So for me, fairway wood's not something I use a lot of, but it's got that bit of versatility that at 17 degree, very comfortable. If I went to play links golf, I could nudge the loft down if I wanted. So a club in my bag for this year that I've not had for probably 10 years is I've actually got a 3-iron. It's actually the Vapor Speed. So it's the bigger head, hollow, more like a hybrid in design. I've never really found a hybrid that I've loved the look of. I've had some that, you know, I've hit good shots with and I've liked, but never really loved it. So this was an opportunity for me to put an iron back in the bag that was going to be more forgiving. And certainly from testing, I know that I hit it a really good distance. I've always found in the past that I only hit 3-iron a touch longer than 4-iron, but because this is a different model to the rest of my irons, this really goes great. And what I particularly like about this for me is it's going to be a little bit like a driving iron for this year. So even though I can hit a lot of good shots with it on the floor like this, I can, if I want, hit a slightly lower running shot like I've just hit there. So I can tee it up a little bit And probably going to hit fairway wood, probably for me is about 225 carry, roll out about 245, 250. This is going to be about 210 carry, rolling out about 225. So, you know, really good option for me. And something a little bit different in the bag for this year, but been out and played a few times. So far, it's been a good addition. So in there as well, I've got the Project X 6.0. So as I move into my irons, I've got the Vapor Pro combos. So for me, what I've really liked about going back to these is it's a forged club. So it feels very, very soft. As a kid, grew up playing blades and probably don't play enough to justify something that precise with strike. But I kind of get the best of both worlds with these. They've got that bit of cavity in the back, the modern muscle moving the sweet spot more to the middle of the face. Probably helps me because my miss is a little bit towards the toe. But they look great behind the ball. Probably not the longest iron on the market, but I'll be honest, I'm comfortable hitting 6 iron where I might hit 7 in a different model. You know, the key for this is it's going to give me that little bit of playability. I can hit the ball low if I want with these. And just generally the feedback with them being forged helps give me a bit more precise feedback, helps me play with what I need. So shaft for this year, I've got the Modus 3 stiff shaft. So this was new for me. When I went for fitting, I'd never actually used this before. Quite like the Project X that I've got in my 3 iron in these, but these just felt a little bit more responsive. And like I said, they look good, feel good for me. You know, looking forward to having these in the bag this year and maybe even playing a little bit more golf. So I've got from 4 to pitching wedge in the Pro Combos. Then as I go into my wedges, I've currently got the VR Forged in 50 degree, 56 and 60. Both, or all 3, sorry, are the rusty finish. I've always liked that since being a kid. I've always liked the rusty wedges. 50 degree for me was definitely something last year's irons. The pitching wedge was a little stronger loft. I'd always had 52, but 50 fit in the bag perfectly. I am actually going to change wedges because just after the Masters there's some new wedges coming out, and I am going to go back to 52, 56 and 60 in the new Engage wedges. But for now, VR Forged, stiff dynamic goals. Are a little bit heavier shafts, but I don't mind that from a feel perspective with my wedges. And again, something that's forged, just lots and lots of feedback, feels nice. I know a lot of guys will say, does it matter about feel on full shots? Possibly not, but certainly when I'm hitting more of my little pitch shots and want to get round the green, that's where I'm very, very fussy with wedges. And for me, something that a little bit softer becomes a massive bonus. So moving on to putter. Had this for a couple of years now, the Method Mod 60. So a blade style putter, toe hang, which suits my stroke. I tend to have a little bit of an arc to my stroke, and I've never been a massive fan of inserts, but obviously the grooves in here just a little bit softer, which has been good. Don't like anything too soft for me because it just feels a little bit spongy. Again, it's a personal preference. Some guys love that very, very soft feel. But certainly for me, I know the style of putter suits what I try and do in my stroke. And certainly, I've now got used to how this feels with the resin black golf ball that I play. But they're the clubs in the bag for now. Like I said, the wedges are going to change in the next few weeks, and I will do a little review on those when they come in. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you have, like it, give it a thumbs up. Please leave any comments in the box below. Let me know what you're playing. you know, let me know if there's anything else that you would like me to test. Always doing different club reviews, anything you'd like me to do on golf swing, anything like that. If you want to come down to Heron's Reach, give me a call, 01253 832 505. Visit my website on www.alitaylorgolf.com. Subscribe to my channel. Really appreciate you guys watching the video, taking the time to do that. Hopefully see some of you down here in the future. Stay in contact.